Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll continue with our 100 most expected MAH CET AR questions, part 7. So, I hope everybody must be aware that the dates have been announced. It's 25th and 26th, like we were speculating before. Good evening, Mohan. Good evening, Aditya, Shruti. Good evening, Prakash, Giresh. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So, yeah. So I was saying that the dates have been announced, right? 25th and 26th. So I hope you guys are now completely pumped up and completely prepared to write the exam, right? So thankfully it was only delayed by a week, not more than that. So let's start with the questions. So the first question is, select the option that is related to the third term in the same way as the second term is related to the first term. So the first and second, they are related in the same format. Second, third and fourth should be related. Which one do you think should be the answer? Yeah, hi Aishwarya, hi Lucky, hi Aditi, hi Pooja. Good evening, good evening. So everybody, please make sure that you like the video. Okay? लाइक करो सॉल्व करो, लाइक करो सॉल्व करो, एक ही बार लाइक करना, दो बार नहीं. So which one is going to be the answer? So you can see that in the first figure we have the rhombus, and then we have a rectangle which is having a smaller rectangle inside it. So the rectangle and the rhombus, they interchange their positions, and the rectangle comes at the position of the rhombus, and now we have rhombus having concentric, as in one inside the other, right? So if we have two triangles and a circle, then the triangle should come below and the circle should be concentric. So looking at the options, B makes sense. So B is the answer. Good, good, good. Second one. So we need to find out the fourth figure. First and second are related in some way. In the same format, third and fourth should be related. तो क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Right, Spider-Man. So another couple of days before you get your admit card. Okay. So which one? So you can see that in the first and the second figure, what we have is in the first row, the squares which doesn't have, which don't have the circles, now they have the circles, and the ones that had circles don't have. While in the second row, all the cells, all the squares, they have circles, and in the last one again, they not again, as in the circles that were present in the cells, they continue to remain same, and the cells which did not have circles stayed as such, right? So each row is different. In the first one there is an interchange, in the second one everything becomes the same figure, same symbol, and the last one it stays the same. So if we go by that logic, from the first one the crosses should be replaced by blanks and blanks by crosses, right? So B cannot be our answer, C cannot be our answer, D cannot be our answer. We should be pretty sure that A is the answer. एक बार check कर लेते हैं. The second row, all the cells should have crosses now, where we do have that in option A. And in the third row, it should stay as such, right? The last row. So the last row is as such. So A is going to be the answer. Chalo, good, good. Third one. So out of the given four figures, three are similar in a certain manner. One figure is not like the others. So odd one out, right? So which option do you think is going to be the odd one out? Kaushal, eighth answer. I hope you answered B for the last question as in the first one. So in this you will find triangle inside triangle and the inner triangle is shaded, circle inside circle and the inner circle is shaded, square inside the square and the inner square is shaded. In the last one we have a regular hexagon. Inside it we are supposed to have a regular hexagon, but we have a rhombus, right? Or a square which is tilted 45 degrees. So D is the odd one out, right? Good, good, good. Good evening everyone, good evening. So people who have joined right now, please make sure that you like the session, you like the video and solve. Again, similar question, we need to find out the odd one out, right? So the first thing is there are 4 symbols in every circle, right? So we should see if they follow a certain pattern, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Always fix one approach for yourself. I always choose clockwise, okay? So let's say if I start from alpha, so it's going to be alpha, beta, multiplication, division, alpha, beta, multiplication, division, alpha, beta, multiplication, division, alpha, beta, multiplication, division. No. D? Chalo, good. This is the answer for that also. Okay, next one. Which of the following cube in the options figure cannot be made based on the unfolded cube in the question figure? So we have the sheet of paper where the T shape figure is drawn. If you fold it, you will get a die, right, or a cube. So which out of these 4 are we going to have, or is it like all of the 4 can be formed? So if you look at the symbols, and if you remember, we have seen this before, the symbols that are alternate, they are going to be opposite of each other, right? So cross and hash, they are going to be opposite of each other. So in C option, definitely we see cross and hash together simultaneously. So how can we see pair of opposite faces together? So C to nahi ho sakta. If C is not the answer, so E is not the answer, right? Now, if we look at the next symbols pair, so circle and a square, they are going to be the faces opposite to each other. So we are supposed to see only one of those two. So we do see a circle or a square. So ABD, ye तीनों भी फिलहाल हो सकते हैं. Okay, let's check the next one. So we have got these 5 dots that it looks like a die wale dots, and then a 4 dots. So 5 and 4, they should not be seen simultaneously. So in none of the 3 figures, 5 and 4 both are not seen simultaneously. So ABD, all 3 can be the answer now. Now the question arises that out of ABD, which one will make sense? For that, if you remember, we will have to check the sequence, right? So if you look at the first sequence, we have 5, hash and square, right? So we have 5, hash and square in the same order. So this is clockwise. So A ho sakta hai, right? और तो कोई नहीं है. Hold on. B is not possible, of course. Reason being, circle, 4 and cross is not going to happen. Okay, so this is going to be actually opposite. Circle होगा, cross होगा और ये 4 होगा. तो B नहीं हो सकता. Okay, I'm talking about this particular shape. Okay, what about A and D? We have 5, circle and hash. 5, circle and hash. ये भी हो सकता है, because this is also in the clockwise direction, right? So circle, hash and 5, circle, hash and 5. This can also happen. How come we have 2 options where both of them can happen? Let's check A again. So in A we have 5, hash and a square. So guys, looks like A and D both are possible, right? Let me verify once again. If you draw the clockwise figure, we are going to have 5, hash and a square in the clockwise direction. So A is possible. D, if we start from circle, let's say, So circle, hash and 5, this is also possible. So circle, hash and 5, this is also possible. So दो options यहाँ पर हो सकते हैं, मतलब options में कुछ गड़बड़ी है. C cannot happen, so E is not true. B, you are supposed to have the vice versa. कौन सा मार्क किया जाए, A या D? अच्छा, कैन नॉट बी मेड है. ओह ओके, तब तो बी का एक बार चेक करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज सॉरी, हाँ मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया. एक बार बी का चेक कर लेते हैं. वी हैव सर्किल, क्रॉस एंड दिस. तो इसका क्लॉकवाइज लेके देख ले. क्लॉकवाइज लेते हैं पहले. तो डिड आई टेक एंटी क्लॉकवाइज क्या? इसका क्लॉकवाइज लेंगे तो यही लेंगे ना, सर्किल देन 4. सो सर्किल 4 एंड क्रॉस में से सर्किल आएगा, फिर 4 आएगा, फिर क्रॉस आएगा, राइट? इफ यू गो साइक्लिक ऑर्डर. सो B is also possible, D is also possible, C नहीं हो सकता. C is we are pretty sure that C is not possible because we see cross and hash simultaneously, right? See, जल्दबाजी में पढ़ने पे I misread cannot को can. Okay, so C is going to be the answer. Okay, next one. Which symbol will be on the face opposite to the face with symbol asterisk? So what we do when we are given a die and we are asked to find out pair of opposite faces, we choose any two such photographs or two pics of that particular die where you have only one symbol common. So if you look at the shapes, first and second, we have two symbols common, which is asterisk and at symbol. So we'll not take 1 and 2. If we take 1 and 3, we have asterisk only common. So let's take 1 and 3. If we take 1 and 3 and if we start with asterisk in the clockwise direction, so we will have asterisk minus and at symbol. Again, if we take the asterisk and write down in clockwise, so asterisk plus and dollar symbol. So minus and plus are going to be opposite to each other. Dollar and at are going to be opposite to each other. So which symbol we are going to have opposite to asterisk? So which symbol did we not write so far? It's 8. 8 abhi tak nahi likha tha, right? So 8 is the sixth symbol that is supposed to be opposite to asterisk. So there are going to be figures that are going to be redundant. You don't have to take those. You only have to take a pair of figures where only one symbol is common or where only one face is same, right? Excuse me. Why are you guys answering B or A or D? 8. 8 is going to be the answer. Okay, next one. A cube whose two adjacent faces are colored is cut into 64 identical small cubes. How many of these small cubes are not colored at all? Assume the top face of the cube and its right side are colored green and orange respectively. So we are going to have a cube. Right? And this cube is going to be cut into 64 identical small cubes. 64 identical small cubes means 4 ka cube is 64, right? 4 cube means along each axis, as in horizontally, vertically, and as in length, breadth, and height wise, there are going to be 3 partitions with that 3 slices that we have to make so that we have 4 slices overall. Okay? So ये अगर हमने करा, so this is going to give us 4 slices, right? Now if we do this, we are going to have 4 slices. And then if we go along this, we are going to have 4 slices. 3 cuts कर रहे हैं, 3 slicings कर रहे हैं. So if you break it open, it's going to be a completely a cube which is going to have 64 smaller cubes. Now it is given that right side is colored green, so this is colored green. Okay. And then we have a face that is colored orange. So I don't have the orange color, so I'm going to color it red. ठीक है, टॉप दिया हुआ है तो टॉप कर लेते हैं. This is, I'm drawing this so that people who are finding it difficult to visualize, you guys will have an idea क्या चल रहा है, which faces are they asking us to color. Okay, so the top face is colored orange, or let's say red. Now question is, out of these 64 small cubes, how many cubes are going to be not colored at all? So there are 2 ways to solve this. One, find out the total number of cubes that are colored. 64 में से उसको हटा दो. Okay. Or you can find out all those cubes which are not colored directly. Either of those two will work. So if I start with subtraction, so I'm saying out of 64, of course here I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? 4 into 4, 16. 16 cubes जो है वो definitely green color तो है. Now, when I chose the top ones, I actually chose these as well, right? These are the 4 small cubes whose 2 faces are colored. So if I take out green को समझते हुए तो red वाला भी हट जाएगा. So we're left with these more cubes that have not been removed so far. How many are those? So this is of dimension 3 by 4, यानी कि 12 होगा. So subtract 12 as well. So 64 minus 28. That is going to give us 64 minus 28, 36. So 36 is going to be the answer. The other approach would have been not to subtract all those cubes which were shaded, only to count those which were not shaded. So think about this. Can I say everything above it is shaded? I mean, then these small cubes are shaded ones. एक face तो shade है ना. So this is of dimension 3. Similarly, this is of dimension 3 and this is a complete dimension of 4, as in इसका जो अंदर तक girth है, this is going to be completely until the end, right? So this is going to be of 4. So total number of small cubes that are not shaded are going to be 3 into 3 into 4, which is going to be 36. Directly आ जाएगा. ठीक है, total में से subtract कर लो colored faces और directly count how many cubes, small cubes are not colored. So B is going to be the answer. Why are you guys answering A? 64 minus 28. 32 कब से होने लगा? Did you guys subtract these 4 as well? इन चारों को भी वापस से subtract किया गया. क्यों करा? When I remove this particular cube, don't you think that red part is also removed? So why to again remove it? As in उसको फिर से count क्यों कर रहे हैं? Green वाला remove करोगे तो वो red वाला भी अपना हट जाएगा. How many such cubes are we going to have of such type? 4 of them, right? So don't have to subtract 4 again. It's going to be 36, guys, not 32. Girish, LR sessions are being held every day. Almost every day. Every day when we have AR, LR generally होता ही है. Okay, and in LR session only calendars have been discussed, informative. Okay, next question. So we need to find this particular shape from the given options wherever it is embedded. The condition is rotation is not allowed. So आप उसको ऐसे नहीं, आपको same वही figure ढूंढना है, ठीक है? जासूस बनना है आपको. So where do you think you will find this? Excuse me. Where do we have this? I think it's in B. Right? This is where we have. Right? Good, good. Yes, B. Good, good guys. Okay, next one. Select the option figure that is embedded in the given figure. Rotation is not allowed. So it's the vice versa of the previous question. In the previous question, a small part was given and the options had the larger figure. Here the larger figure is given, and from there you have to look at the options and see which of the figures from the options is there in the question figure, right? So where do we have this? Rotation is not allowed, right? So if rotation is not allowed, thoda sa dhyan doge, then it's easier to find something which is symmetrical, right? The symmetrical portion is there. B is the symmetrical figure, right? So B idhar hai, na? The diagonals, vertex to midpoint of the opposite side, same thing. So this is the exact figure that we are getting. A is not there because we do not have this straight line in A, kahin pe bhi, right? C mein we do not have a smaller line like this, right? And an inclined line like this, and we don't have such a triangle here. Right angle triangle to hai bhi nahi is tarah ka, where you have a horizontal line, right? Okay. Chalo, good. Yes, everyone has answered B. Next, find the pattern of the next term in the series given below. So this one is the series and these are the options. So the first one is an I and then a dot, right? Then you have a plus and an inverted U. Then you have a square and then a triangle. Then you've got a square with an L shape and then a dot. Then you have something. So agar dhyan doge to the first and the fourth are related, the second and the fifth are related, same relation ढूंढना है. अब आ गया. Related as in the third figure. The central figure is obviously fixed, right? Central figure में this is what you have, then this is what you have, then this is what you have, फिर इसके बाद ये आ गया, फिर उसके बाद ये आ गया, right? So you had an I, then you have an N, small letter N or inverted U, as in it is made up of 3 segments. Then you have a complete square. Now you have a square already. So you have an L shape and then you have inverted, and then you are supposed to have a square which is going to be inside it. So are we going to have concentric squares as in fifth or third, or are we going to have concentric square and extra line? क्या होने वाला है? Anyone? Then we will look into the outer symbols which are rotating. Okay. Anyone? B and C make. ठीक है. So we have the dot here, we have a dot here, we had the plus here, we have a plus here, we have a triangle here. So the next figure, the sixth figure should have a triangle, and the triangle should be facing west, right? Because these shapes are moving anti-clockwise direction. तो अब triangle आएगा west पे. So triangle is going to be at the west side. So first, fourth and fifth will not make sense. Now between second and third, which one is going to happen? Anyone? Outer line or no outer line? That is the question. See, there is a jump of 2 segments. There is a jump of 1 segment. Okay, because the square is completed from inverted U. Then there is a jump of 1 segment. There is a jump of 2 segments. What do you think next should happen? एक segment का jump होना चाहिए, 2 segment का jump होना चाहिए. Look at the as in jump as in increase. You had initially 1 segment, then you had 3, then you had 4, then you had 6, then you have 7. कितना होना चाहिए अगली बार? 2 का jump. In order to make 2 more segments, of course you are going to complete the concentric squares, and then you are supposed to have 1 more segment, which is going to be this. So a lot of you were answering third as the answer, but no, it's going to be B, second. Second is going to be the answer. Outer line will be there. Good. Okay? One segment, three segments, four segments, 4 plus 2, 6 segments, plus 1, 7 segments. Then you're supposed to have 9 segments. 2 ka increase, 1 ka increase, 2 ka increase, 1 ka increase, 2 ka increase. Clear? I hope. Chalo, it was a good question. Yes, Girish, that is so true. Come on, guys. इतने सारे लोग देख रहे हो. Just click on the like button. That's all that is required. How many triangles are there in the following figure? So, do you guys remember how to count the number of triangles when you have such a shape? हम लोगों ने करा हुआ है डिस्कस कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं. Anyone? 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 How many triangles are we going to have here? Nine triangles, right? Small wale 4, large wale 4, sorry, 9 bolo, 8, sorry, 8. So small ones 4 and the large ones 4. How do you do that? You simply write down 1, 2, 3, 4. The point where you stop, uska double kar dete hain. So 2 into 4, that will give you 8 triangles. So can we say in this particular shape, the inner square, we are going to have 8 triangles? Then, can we say this large square, we are going to have 8 triangles? So 8 and 8, we have a total of 16 triangles so far. Remember, the blue and the red together will not form a triangle. It's either going to be triangle which is made up of, which is from the larger square, or the triangles that are going to be from the smaller square or red outline wala. Red and blue combination will not result in a triangle. Look into it. Okay. Now, once we have this, then we are supposed to have more triangles because we have another figure here, right? So, ek triangle idhar mila. This is the another triangle. So that is 1. Do you guys see any more triangle? Yes, there is one more. This triangle. (18). Ashwini, you missed वो large वाला triangle. And people who answered 16, you guys missed side wala and the large wala. So the green triangle and the pink triangle you guys missed. Okay. Please do not count this triangle because this is already calculated in bada wale square wale mein. Ye wala triangle, the large triangle, that is already calculated. So don't count that again. Okay. It will be a mistake. Okay. Next one, select the correct mirror image if the mirror is placed at MN, water image, right? So, before solving for each and every symbol, look into the options. The symbols that are different from the other from the options, only check those. जैसे T को क्यों check करोगे? T तो सब में वही है. Why are you going to check Y? Y is the same. Why are you going to check 4? 4 is the same, right? So we are supposed to check 6, L, 5, 2, right? So if we check 6, this is going to give us a 9, not a 9, 9 ka mirror image, right? So this is what we are going to have. Okay? See, if you're not able to understand, do one thing. आप अपने लैपटॉप या टैबलेट फोन जो भी यूज कर रहे हो उसको उल्टा कर लो. So this should you know its mirror image should look like a 6, left side या right side का. Okay, so this is we don't have in C, so C is not the answer. Let's look at L. So L should look like this. It's there in A, B, D, all three of them. Let's look at 5. 5 is going to be something like this, which it is not in D. Let's look at 2. So 2 is going to be something like this. है ना? देखो कैसे याद करना है, as in how to quickly do it. This is facing east, so this should be facing east only because the mirror is here. Okay, this one is kind of facing south, so 2 का जो end point होगा, the other end point, it should point north, right? This particular curved region is in the northeast, so its curved region should be towards southeast. So from the leftover options, we can see that A नहीं हो सकता, so you're left with B because B matches perfectly. Right? Everyone has answered B. Not everyone. 2 of you haven't answered B. Okay, next one. Select the correct mirror image of figure X. This figure X. When the mirror is placed at the right side of the figure. So if the mirror is placed here, किस तरह का shape मिलेगा? Okay. So this Z. So if you have a Z and if you place a mirror, so Z actually ऐसा बना हुआ है. So the Z is going to look like this. Right? ये वाला ढूंढना है आपको पहले. So you will find this in all. सब में है ना? नहीं. In D you don't have because you have an arrow here. You're supposed to have an arrow here. So D doesn't have that. The arrow is on the wrong side. Okay. Next is the shade. If these all are, I mean these shades, these are all are pointing towards the, as in they're inclined towards the right. So its corresponding shade should be pointing towards the left, which we do have that in ABC, all of that. Now, this antenna shape thing, the shaded portion is towards the west, right? So its antenna shape thing over here should be pointing towards the east. So east pointing ke karan C gets eliminated now, right? Now the symbol Y. The Y symbol is, this line is along Z. So along this we are going to have this Y, right? वो जो slant line है Z का, उसी के along Y का भी slant है, the straight line that we have. That is not there in B. So the only option that makes sense is going to be A. Now these kind of questions, either you solve it without drawing anything. I'm drawing it so that people who are facing difficulty can understand it. But if you are quick, then it's good, okay? But people who are facing difficulty here, if you want to draw, once you draw it, उस पेपर को जब रफ शीट पे आप ड्रॉ करोगे ना, because it says उसका mirror image ना, put that sheet of paper on the screen in front of it, ठीक है? Question के बाजू में रखो, see if it completely matches. You can verify it. You don't have to look below wherever you are drawing and then on the question. ठीक है? Simultaneously देख सकते हो. ठीक है? Next question. The sequence of folding a piece of paper and the manner in which the folded paper has been cut is shown. How would this paper look when unfolded? So folding, unfolding का question है. Humans, you will get by 21st, 2 more days. 21st, say I think you will start getting your admit card. So this is going to be symmetrical, right? This particular shape that is given will be symmetrical with respect to this, as in if this is the mirror, then it is going to be, both these figures are going to be symmetrical as if there is a mirror here, right? So iska mirror image is not A, it's not C, it's not D. So these two are the mirror images. Now, iska mirror image is going to be this, iska mirror image is this, so only B makes sense. E तो अब आज तक हमने देखा नहीं है ना. In the last 6 sessions, ये 7th चल रहा हमारा AR का. We haven't come across a question where none of the above was the answer. Right? Yeah, so B is going to be the answer. Okay, next one. A design is made on a transparent paper. According to the method shown in the question mark, choose the correct alternative picture of the shape form when the paper is folded from the point line. ये बोल रहा है कि if you are going to fold along this, which shape are you going to get? And where is it being folded? It's folding upwards, because look at the options. The below rectangle doesn't exist. It means it has been folded, right? So since it has been folded, can we be pretty sure that everything that we see on the top, I mean this square and the circle, it should continue to stay as such? So we do have a square and a circle, but this circle is way too small. This circle and square, they are just touching each other, but they are supposed to cross each other, right? So it's going to be either C or D. Okay, so far. Next, if you look at this square that you have, when this is going to be superimposed, as in if it's going to be mirror image banega, so it's going to just cross like this, and this bottom part is going to be seen here, right? So we are pretty sure that it's not going to be midway, half to nahi ho raha hai, like you see in option C. So option D makes sense. D, Prajwal. D. Payal, D. D is the answer. Okay. Because in B, देखो ये just touch कर रहा है इधर, ये इधर just touch कर रहा है क्या? Cross कर रहा है ना? ये shape तो रहेगा ही, right? The circle and this the diagonal square, the corner squares crossing each other. But in B, they are not crossing, so B cannot be the answer. Okay. Next one. Select the figure that will come next in the following series. So we have the original square, the major figure. Then we have the square formed by joining the midpoints of the side of that square. Then we have a circle inside it. Then we have the diagonals of both the squares drawn. Then we have some shade. So what is happening? So the shade is divided into 3 parts, right? One is this. The other one is this part. And the third one is this inner part. So the shading is actually in 3 parts. So if you follow the shading, you will realize that 2 of them are moving clockwise in a certain order, right? Please follow it through. Those consecutive figures देख के केवल आंसर नहीं करोगे, right? This red one is moving in the anti-clockwise direction, right? And the outer one is moving in the clockwise direction. ये आराम से एक shape clockwise move कर रहा है. The large corner triangles that we have. So if we continue like this, the next shape should have this at this position, right? The white wala check कर लेते हैं. So it's not there in A, it's not there in C, it's not there in D. So the white one is over here. The red one is supposed to be here. अच्छा नहीं, ये जा रहा है ना, anti-clockwise जा रहा है. So it is supposed to be here. If you look at the yellow one, it was here, then it moved here, right? Then it moved here. So it's jumping by 1 position in the clockwise. So it's not covering all the 1/8 of the circle, right? एक एक करके एक extra jump कर रहा है. So it is supposed to be here. I was thinking कि ऐसा ना हो कि E हो जाए इसका आंसर, but thankfully E is not the answer. The answer is B. E तो आज तक नहीं आया. So we'll move ahead once you guys like. There are more than 100 people, but we have received only not even 50 likes. आगे हम लोग बढ़ेंगे, जल्दी से लाइक करो, जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी. Come on. Come on, let's make it 75. Quick. 75, that's it. केवल 75. Then I will tell you, अभी एक बहुत important वो है, notice है. For you guys only. Thank you, Pawan. 75. Come on, we are at 60. 75. $70 पे हैं, 5 more. Thank you everyone. Thank you. अब आप गेम खेलो मेरे साथ. 9 people are like कर दिया, फिर कम कर दिया. ठीक है. So the important notification is we are going to start complete revision in the next 5 days of MAH CET, the exam that you're going to have coming 25th and 26th. In case you guys are still not prepared, if there are certain concepts or if there are certain types of questions you still struggle, whether it is clocks, calendars, whether it is mathematics percentage, time and work, time, speed, distance, geometry, comprehension, grammar, if you are facing difficulty in any of those, please make sure that you start watching this last lab to MAH CET 2023 from tomorrow onwards. It's going to be free. It's going to be live on YouTube. So make sure everybody that you join these sessions. Okay? So people who were asking that please take the LR sessions and the calendars one, make sure that you attend this. So it's a good thing, right? Last 5 days में खुद घर पे बैठ के पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. मतलब you can practice of course, but we will cover everything. Okay? And apart from that, new batch is going to start very soon. Again, another new batch. In the batches that we have the online comprehensive program, we provide you with a tablet with more than 300 videos and live classroom sessions where we cover everything from A to Z of all the sections. That consists of more than 200 hours of sessions. We provide you with more than 75 mocks. इतने mocks exams के लिए कर लिए ना, CAT, MAH CET, IFT, ZAT, किसी के लिए भी, तो यार अच्छा score आ जाता है, right? You get more than 10,000 questions for practice. You will be provided with more than 300 videos, which are very engaging ones, where we solve puzzles, where we solve, not exactly the questions from the exams, but something that are relatable and easier to understand. Okay. We will also help you with the GDPI and VAT preparation, and you will be getting 4 books to solve it in the offline mode, and you will be also getting more than 5 years of previous year papers. Please meet our CAT 2022 toppers from our online classroom program. So this is our proper first time that BYJU'S started with CAT, right? First year में हमारे results आपके सामने हैं, and these all are the students whom we have taught. Okay, and these are proper classroom students, not like कि इन्होंने कोई test series लिया, कुछ किया और हमने इनके नाम लिख दिया. Proper classroom students. So you can be one among those students. Okay, so make sure if you are targeting this year CAT, you get in touch with one of our executives. They will help you out with the course curriculum, the packages, the fees, everything, how many sessions are going to happen, everything. Okay, and for the batch you can avail up to 90% scholarship. For that you will have to write down this scholarship today at 7 PM. अच्छा, उसका अभी चला गया है. Don't worry. The other date for scholarship will again come for the next week. You can write the scholarship test. Make sure that you register for these tests. Okay? अभी क्लास खत्म होते के साथ एक बार ट्राई कर लेना. Maybe अभी भी आप दे सको. Okay? And on 21st of March at 7 p.m., Mr. Sarel is going to take a session, how to crack CAT in the next 8 months. Okay, this is third month going on. In the month of November, that's 8 months from now, you're going to have the exam. It's exactly 8 months and 1 week. So make sure that you register for this. He will help you out with a lot of your queries, whatever query you have regarding the level of questions, how to attempt a mock, what should be the strategy in the mocks, in the exams. Okay, and we are still going to continue with our 100 most expected MAH CET questions like we have been doing, like this session. You can also get a very good score, a very decent score if you happen to attempt the daily question section wise quiz. This helps you strengthen your concepts a lot. ठीक है, एक तो होता है क्वेश्चन को प्रैक्टिस करना और एक होता है उनके कॉन्सेप्ट्स पे क्विज करना. फॉर एग्जांपल, what do you guys think? 2:0, is it valid? Is this a valid ratio? If you guys are thinking nah, it's not valid, you guys are wrong. This ratio is completely valid. So ये एक concept है, ठीक है? People will say, sir, this is not, this is indeterminate form, or this is not defined because division by 0 doesn't happen. Let me tell you, 2:0 is not 2/0. Ratios are not fractions. We treat them as fractions to solve questions faster, but ratios are not fractions. जो कि काफी कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी है. आपको लगता होगा कि अरे होता तो है, पर नहीं होता है. अगर आपको पता है तो गलत पता है. So a myth. Okay, so questions like these, concept based, you can solve in this daily section wise quiz. That's all from my side. I will look into the chat right now, and if you guys have any queries, I'm going to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, and you can like our Facebook page as well. You can join our Telegram channel as well if you guys have got any doubts or queries regarding exams or questions. Okay, you can download our app as well from Google Play, and you can watch hundreds and hundreds of videos all for free. Questions, problem solving, both of them. The link to all of this is given in the description below. Thank you everyone for joining. Now I will answer your queries in the chat. Yogita, DI will continue. अभी DI होगा, इसी वीक में सारा scheduled है. Last week, if you remember, last week as in इसी वीक में. I think you asked, right? I told you, DI अभी होने वाला है. The bar charts, the pie charts, ठीक है? वो DIs होंगे अभी. प्रथमेश, निंजा टेक्निक किस चीज का? एडमिट कार्ड का? वो तो जब करेंगे तभी करेंगे, राइट? Sanket, I think your query has been answered. 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. और कुछ? Okay, Vaishnavi is having a query. Mock दिए CET के लेकिन स्कोर नहीं आ रहा. Vaishnavi, so okay, I will help you out with that part. See, when you are writing a mock, make sure that you write 3 mocks. ठीक है? जब तीनों mock दोगे ना, तो see how many questions you attempted, how many of them were correct, okay, and how many of them were wrong. So suppose you attempted, let's say 40 questions. Out of those 40, let's say your correct were 25 and then wrong were, let's say 5 of them, as in 5 नहीं 15 हो जाएगा. If you have attempted the next one and let's say you attempted 45 of them and suppose their correct were 30 and wrong were 15, then you attempted again 42 of them, let's say, and the correct were, let's say, 28 and wrong were, let's say, 14. ठीक है? Such that correct plus wrong is equal to this. ठीक है? So when such thing is happening, it means you are doing well. You may think कि सर ये तो कम हो गया. नहीं, ये बढ़ गया. Your score will increase overall for each of the 3 mocks. Okay? What you need to do is you need to improve your total number of attempts. यानी अब आपको चाहिए speed. Your accuracy is kind of decent if you are able to, make sure that around twice, as in 66% or 60% of the total attempts is correct. ठीक है? 60% of 40 कितना होता है? 24. 24 से ज्यादा करेक्ट है तो 60% से ज्यादा करेक्ट है. इफ योर एक्यूरेसी इज 60% और मोर, अभी सही चल रहा है. ठीक है, अब आपको स्पीड पे काम करना है. सो स्पीड पे काम करना है एज इन यू आर सपोज टू अटेम्प्ट मोर क्वेश्चंस. इसको आपको 5-5 क्वेश्चंस फॉर एवरी मॉक बढ़ाते जाना है. 42 को 47 पे लेके जाना है, 52 पे लेके जाना है, 50, ऐसे आपको बढ़ाना है. जब तक आप स्पीड नहीं बढ़ाओगे तब तक नहीं होगा. एंड द अदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज, अगर आप सोचते हो कि यू अटेम्प्टेड द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, यू अटेम्प्टेड द सेकंड क्वेश्चन, यू अटेम्प्टेड द थर्ड क्वेश्चन और नहीं सॉल्व हुआ, फोर्थ नहीं सॉल्व हुआ, फिफ्थ नहीं सॉल्व हुआ और आप टेंशन में आ गए, तो ये गलत है. क्या हुआ कि अगर कुछ सॉल्व नहीं हुए तो लाइफ में आपने अपने पेरेंट्स से 10 चीजें मांगी होंगी. यू मस्ट हैव आस्क्ड योर पेरेंट्स 10 डिफरेंट थिंग्स. हैव यू, आई मीन योर पेरेंट्स हैव गिवन यू ऑल ऑफ दोस 10 थिंग्स? नहीं. दे प्ले स्मार्ट. एक चीज देंगे एंड दे आर प्रिपेयर्ड. नेक्स्ट 3 चीज बच्चा मांगेगा, नहीं देंगे. Okay, so you have not received everything that you have ever asked for. How do you expect that you will be able to solve all questions in straightforward manner? So what I do is I go through the paper quickly, section wise, and I simply write down the questions that I think that I will be able to answer. There are going to be certain questions that I know that I won't be able to answer. So जो मैंने मार्क कर रखे हैं ना, मैं केवल उसको आंसर करूंगा, केवल उसको अटेम्प्ट करूंगा. क्योंकि ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है ना कि जब तक एक नहीं करा दूसरा क्वेश्चन नहीं देख सकते. स्किप कर दो ना, नेक्स्ट पे चले जाओ और केवल उनको सॉल्व करो जो आपको लगता है कि आपसे हो जाएगा. और उसमें आप 1.5 मिनट्स यानी 1 मिनट एंड 30 सेकेंड से ज्यादा नहीं लगाओगे. इफ यू आर स्पेंडिंग मोर देन दैट तो गड़बड़ है. बिकॉज समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस विद अस इज वी आर लुकिंग एट ए क्वेश्चन एंड सॉल्व करने में ना मजा आने लगता है और हमें पता भी नहीं चलता, 3-4 मिनट लग जाते हैं. Second thing that happens with us is when you are attempting a question, you get the equation. Suppose you are not able to deduce it using options or logic, तो आप equation लिखा आपने. And in order to solve those equations, it will take some time. So you have to always keep a track of time as to how much time you have spent. Suppose 1 मिनट के बाद आपने 2 equations या 3 equations लिख दिए, ठीक है, और आपको इनको सॉल्व करने में फिर से 1 to 1.5 मिनट्स लगने वाला है, तो छोड़ दो ना. ये लाइफ में कभी नहीं हुआ क्या कि मेहनत करने के बाद आधा अधूरा काम भी छोड़ा है? हुआ होगा ना. वैसे ही है. समटाइम्स यू हैव टू डिसाइड दैट द टाइम टेकन इज गोइंग टू बी अ लॉट मोर एंड आई डोंट हैव सो मच टाइम, सो इसको आधे में छोड़ दो. Not sometimes आधा, sometimes you have solved almost 75% of this solution, but you realize that it has taken you already 1.5-2 minutes and it's going to take more time. तो छोड़ने का है. Unless and until you don't do any of these, आपका स्पीड नहीं बढ़ने वाला. हर क्वेश्चन को देखा, सॉल्व किया, फिर 4 बार अंगड़ाई ली, उसके बाद इधर उधर देखा, फोन देखा, इस कारण से स्पीड नहीं बढ़ रही है. You have to rush through the questions as if your life depends on it. Not the exam. Exam पे life depend नहीं करता है, पर जब क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हो तो बहुत हड़बड़ी में करना है, रॉकेट की तरह जाना है. ठीक है? Okay. Are the puzzles solved in your session similar to CET? Yes, Vanessa. If you are working and still try to give a CET exam, so what would we think about taking admission in college like Joshi, Bidekar, Thane? What would be the average mark or score we need? Sunny, it depends on what kind of work profile you have, what kind of job profile you have, how much you are earning. Okay, because you need to compare. Suppose you are earning 25,000 right now per month. So whichever college you are targeting, so whether it is Joshi Bedekar or whether it is some other college, look at what is the average placement they get. 25,000 to 40,000 ka jump, is it worth? Because you do MBA once in your life. Almost everyone. शादी की तरह ही है, कोशिश तो यही रहती है एक ही बार की जाए, है ना. And how much is the fees of the college? Suppose 25,000 per month is your current salary and 40,000 is the average salary that somebody expects after getting out of the college per month again, and you spent 8 to 10 lakhs for MBA. यार 40,000 में तो EMI भरते भरते कुछ नहीं बचेगा. ठीक है? So in that case, keep working, try next year for a better college, MAH CET or any other exam, get into a decent college. Okay? Because that is going to, the brand name is going to get stuck for your entire life. It's very important. Out of 200 questions, how much time we should take per question? Yogita shouldn't take more than 1 to 1.5 minutes. The understood part is whatever you are attempting, you are answering it correctly. Okay, CET full and mock, there is 200 questions. Ke. I just gave an example of 40 questions. Okay. Of course, nobody is attempting 200 or 200. Okay, Sunny, got it? Time question understand करने में लग गया था. Please help me with this. So yes, the issue is the language, English. तो आपकी English ना शायद उतनी quick नहीं है. Sometimes, I mean, देखो एक चीज तो मैं बता देता हूँ कि AR में आपको difficulty नहीं आ रही. ये तो मैं लिख के दे दे रहा हूँ. You are facing difficulty in LR, set-based questions, quant, questions that are word problems, time, speed, distance. Ke sometimes you get questions, sometimes you get questions based on time and work, sometimes profit, loss and discount. Jahan par ki, you get word problems. That's where you are getting stuck, and you are getting stuck in reading comprehension. Agreed? ये इस कारण से हो रहा है क्योंकि आपकी रीडिंग स्पीड का इशू है. तो अभी ज्यादा टाइम है नहीं. So just try to solve as many questions as possible. जो लंबा दिख रहा है उसको छोड़ दो, क्योंकि देखो टाइम और मार्क्स में आपको ज्यादा अटेंशन टाइम को देना है. एज इन यू शुड बी स्पेंडिंग लेस टाइम. जब आप कम टाइम दोगे ना पर क्वेश्चन, मार्क्स अपने आप बढ़ जाते हैं. ठीक है, बिकॉज एक्यूरेसी बिकम्स बेटर. हाँ योगिता, दैट इज ऑब्वियसली गोइंग टू हैपन. लीनियर और सर्कुलर अरेंजमेंट इज गोइंग टू टेक 3 to 4 minutes. मैं बोलूं 4 मिनट भी नहीं, आपको 8 मिनट लग रहे हैं. But in 8 minutes, you're able to solve 3 to 4 questions, right? So on an average, you take 1.5 to 2 minutes. LR sets तो होंगे ही time consuming, ठीक है? But quant or AR or English, these should not be more time consuming. और LR में every question is not going to take 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Some questions will take 2.5 minutes. So 3 questions or 4 question based set अगर LR है, तो उसके लिए आपको 6-7 मिनट लग रहा है तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. बिल्कुल सही जा रहे हो, ठीक है? Vaishnavi, for the cutoffs, please look into the channel. We have already discussed for all the colleges. एक बार आप देख लो, ठीक है? So, professor, in some college in Thana, so if it's not worth to give, no, Sunny, then in that case, please target 2023, get into a better college. You already have your masters, right? And you are going to be a professor, so you can go after PhD. That is going to be good. PhD in commerce it's a decent thing, but still you want to do an MBA, so please आपका profile अच्छा है. Make sure that you study hard for a good MBA college, not some random college just because it's close or it's in your vicinity. Shivani, I haven't checked. Sorry about that. ठीक है. So Binita, you still have a 1 week time, right? Today is Saturday. If I start counting from today, by Friday you have time. So practice a lot. That's the only thing. अब time नहीं है तो क्या करें? The only way is to actually practice as many questions as possible. Rabbit, मजाक कर रहे हो? TIS Mumbai is one of the best colleges in India. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I'll see you again in the next session. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.